I assume we didn't get things rolling.
Me and Lisa are verifying the game.
Oh, is that what you're doing? I had to fix some.
Good morning, good morning. Hello, eBurk and Stacking.
Everything's breaking.
Let's see. Are you deaf or is this widget line and no music is playing? Well, that sucks. I was trying to figure out how I can actually verify it, and I should have opened up my other computer. I could have opened up my other computer and maybe listened that way.
What's going on? Can you hear my voice?
That might do it. Otherwise, like, I have to play the music at the same time, and therefore I couldn't tell if it was coming out of the speakers with the one that I was playing or not. It's weird. But that kind of sucks that if it's not playing the music like it's supposed to be. So yeah, it's this new beta program, and it's playing. And if I show you OBS, OBS currently has audio coming out of this soundtrack thing, and you can see the levels here is actually decently loud. So if that's not playing, that kind of sucks.
The game can hear us, so even if we use Discord, it seems.
And I can report it back to them because it is a beta program. Now what I can do is I can switch away from using this thing and switch to this thing. Yeah, don't listen to the Yeti microphone as output. Listen to that as output. Okay, there we go. That was the music you're supposed to be hearing. Are you deaf anymore? Alright, theoretically that should be good now. Alright, so you can hear, excellent. I'm totally not doing it right. But it works, so we're gonna go with that. I'll report that as a bug later to Twitch. Maybe they can get that fixed, which is it's a super nice idea. I really like the idea of where they're going with this. Just needs a little bit of work. Just a little bit of work. You need to restart the stream. You're 25 seconds behind for some reason. Maybe like pause and play again can help. It's helped me in the past when I've been super far behind with watching other streamers. But let's go ahead and take a look at our GitHub. Hey, that's not the right browser. That's the right browser. All right, so Mir Klemp was having a little bit of a trouble, it looks like, getting the app up and running on their system. So it looks like they're using Windows 10. Here's their fork. So what I wanted to do is git clone this down. And try running this locally. So just to sort of see, clone, just sort of like see if I could figure out what's going on. Like, so if I run this, so that's the get streamer game, cargo. So we start running right away. It should crash after compiling due to the lack of environment variables. You thought GitHub was getting rid of the master branch as of October 1st? I think they did. And then this branch was created before that. So they're not they're not getting rid of branches that had master in it before October 1st. I think what it means is that new repos that get created after then will have like a main branch instead of master. I think that's how it works. They're not gonna like force anybody to change their code. They're just changing the defaults. Oh, I thought they would just switch all branches over to master. Oh no, that would break everything. That would destroy all like the entire because like all the CI/CD stuff is usually like listening for what types of like what the name of the branch. So that would break all that stuff. Mia Klemp, good morning. We're taking a look at the problem you ran into, trying to figure out what's going on. So here, I pull down your branch, and I tried running it. I didn't add in the environment variables yet. So something I want to do, I want to create. Okay, so let's do code other. Okay, so if I copy builds. Okay, so this gives me that .env file here. So if I come back and run this again, does it work? It does. Okay, so that works here. Now outside of the stream, I'm going to take a look at both my .env and .env example. So let's see, I have all three things in there, the Twitch name, Twitch token, and Twitch channel. So we can see that here. Twitch name, Twitch token, Twitch channel, that's all fine. So then the OAuth needs to be a new OAuth, and then a Berserker, okay. You're not sure if you put the right thing in the environment variable? Yeah, so the Twitch name, obviously, so that's going to be the channel name. So that's, my channel name is Berserker, so that's what I put in here. For OAuth, let me see what browser. Oh, I know what I can do for this. Gonna open up a new private window. And then here we're gonna search for Twitch TMI. So if you go to this app, you click connect, and it's gonna ask you to log in with your username and password. This will then return with your OAuth token. So let me go ahead, come back to here. Grab you, and let's go find, so here's the Rust workspace. Let's go find our README here. And add in getting, let's see, running locally. Okay, so we set up .env file. So steps, copy the .env. Actually, I think I can do this as like a link, right? .env example. .env example. I think that will then send you over to the file if you click on it in GitHub. Let's see. Change the change the values to be yours. For example, username, I guess like I should say username is the Twitch channel name. You will need a Twitch account if you want to use your own channel. Okay, so then the next one is the Twitch token. I guess this is Twitch name, so Twitch name is the Twitch channel, and I can maybe underscore this to make it italic. This is the Twitch token, is the OAuth token. You can get one by visiting here. Here. Note. Let's do like bold. Note, if you are streaming while setting this up, switch to hide your screen during this step. Other as your OAuth token is essentially your password. Okay, so then the final thing here is Twitch channel. Oh, like Twitch. Okay, so Twitch name is the Twitch username. You will need a Twitch account. Okay. And then finally here. Okay, so Twitch channel is the Twitch channel name. I don't know if this needs to be like my own channel or not. I've never tested connecting to like with Twitch chat, connecting to somebody else's channel. I think it works just fine. This is the Twitch channel name that you want the game to listen to. Okay, so this is the instructions for setting up the .env file. Let me go ahead and save that. It worked with the new token. Awesome! That's great to hear. So adding instructions for getting the .env file set up. Okay, so then push. And so that, all right, there you go. Obviously, if you want to get that change, you'll have to set up your remote to like pull down from upstream. But there we go. I'm glad you're able to get set up, Mirclamp. All right. So with that being done, go ahead and close you down. All right. So I've had some ideas for how I can... The keys are not obvious. Yeah, sorry about that. I think I got used to it. Like, I've been dealing with the keys for so long that it just sort of started making sense to me. But like, it's that ironic thing where it's intuitive for me only because I've been doing it so long, which is not really what intuitive is all about. It just means that you forgot what unintuitive really is. So we're working today on, I actually have a I have my own issues for this. Let's see, get the streamer game. We are working on this issue right here today. Create a game over screen where participants' names and what they dropped are displayed on screen, scrolling up like credits. So what I had been trying to do is kind of use the interface to draw those credits out. And I think I want to roll back that. I want to go back and use, like, just create the credits as its own system that does its own thing, and basically black out everything out and display that go up. So I want to rip out everything we did before. So we have the, let's see, start at the top. Asset should be fine. We have the source. The game object draw system, that should be fine. Timer, okay, so the draw system is okay. The life system, we don't need any changes there. Physics, okay, so we have this credit physics system. I want to delete this because I think we can just put everything into credits, like a credits. It's not going to be like a full system. It's just going to be like a section of the app. So that, chatter we don't need to change. Command we shouldn't need to change. Game object type we shouldn't need to change. Game object we shouldn't need to change, I don't believe. In interface, we'll need to make a few changes here. So this game over title, location, and text. And I guess the full mask is important. We need that. But at this point in time, we have, okay, so then we do this, instruction image, so we're gonna remove these two. With our running state, okay, so then if the running state is game over, we draw this full mask, but then we don't need to draw the game over anymore. We're just gonna draw the full mask if the game is over. We have, okay, so the drop zones, all that stuff, and down here, yeah, I don't need to like remove the title location like that anymore. I'm gonna do this all part of the game over screen. Okay, so then ucause, umod, okay, yeah, so we don't need the credits physics system here. Okay, so that's interface. We've gone through the main library. Don't need you out of here. Everything should be pretty much the same in like what we're storing, except, right, we're not going to create like these winner game objects to throw in with the credit physics system. And I think this was an attempt just to sort of experiment. So I want you gone. And then down here. So this is in the case that we are in the game over state. We're creating, okay, so we're getting a chatter. Okay, then we're adding into game objects. Here are these like winner game objects, except we don't need to do that. If we're in a game over state, I do want to potentially clear the game objects. It doesn't really matter anymore. I can, let's see, do that. Self running state credits. Right, okay, so credits is fine for running state. Like now we're saying, okay, we're getting the running state credits. And we're doing that. Okay, that's everything in the library. Main should be fine. Running state should be fine. And then sprite should not change at all. Okay, so we should be properly reset and ready to like go in. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a git commit to ready to, or like switching to a different different approach for credits. Not using, what is it? Not using GitHub. What am I thinking of here? Not using game objects and the interface, but rather a different approach altogether. All right, I misspelled that, but that's okay. Stacking GitHub. It's, for some reason I decided repo was the command. I can change that really quickly. Give me a second. Open up Postman. I want to create commands. Actually, let me first update repo. Let's take a look at what this is. Let's update you. So it's get the streamer game is this. Copy you, and then create new command. This is going to be GitHub, and there. Send. All right, try the GitHub command again. It should work now. Thought the GitHub changed because the widget is so out of date. Wait, is the widget out of date? I haven't checked that in a while. I just sort of assumed that it was still working. Which is probably not the best of assumptions. Okay, you're muted. Let's go to my channel. I'm not muted there. Okay, so mute. GitHub. Where's my GitHub? There it is. Oh, it's my. Oh, because I don't have the pinned repositories in there. Okay. And also, Mirclamp, you're suggesting that the link in the README looks wrong. Okay, let's take a look. We can take a look at both those at the same time. So to get the streamer game, let's take a look down here. Okay, so copy the .env example. So if I click that, that does take me here, so that's fine. Twitch token is the auth. You can get one by visiting. Oh yeah, that didn't work at all. Why didn't that work? Oh, interesting. Okay, so what happened? Did I do this wrong? I did this opposite. It's this thing, isn't it? Come on, where are you? Oh yeah, it's parentheses on this side, I think. And I believe I can do a open preview here. And yeah, that's gonna work a lot better. That's why that wasn't good. So fix you. Fixed link in README. Okay. Yeah, oh, it's based upon pinned repositories, you're right. Okay, so let's fix that next. So how do I pin a repository? I think I go to Books Builds here, customize pinned repositories. We haven't been doing this in a while. We haven't used this in a while, so I'm gonna switch over to my active one, this. There we go. And then that should, if I hit refresh over here, yeah, there we go. Okay, so that updates there. So now you can see the Get the Streamer game. I wonder, kind of want to move that up, but that's probably fine. Okay, so that fixes the widget. Cool. All right, back to coding. So as soon as I lose the game or win the game, either way, I want to the entire screen sort of fades out and becomes much darker, and then I want game over to display and that to scroll upwards, along with then names of like the people who hit me, and then the names of people who left chat messages, like everybody who participated, and then I want a section of everyone who contributed to the game. How can you send a message to test the game? So if you've got it running on your own channel, it's listening to the chat. It's listening to whichever chat you have set up in. Oh, hey. Whatever chat channel you're listening in here, that's where it's listening for the commands. So you can do like hash drop, or no, hash like sword 5, for example. Okay, so we want to come back into here. We want probably just a new file, and it's gonna be credits. So you can check this in chat. Yeah, so let me go ahead and run it now, and you'll see what I mean. So cargo run. So when I run this locally, you should see that message, the chat versus streamer game started message, in the chat that you hooked it up to. And then inside of your chat, you could do commands like, well, any of these commands. And they'll drop down. So if I do like sword, and that drops it down in a random spot. Then I can avoid around. When I die here, you'll see that the entire, like everything sort of fades out. It doesn't stop running the game though, and that's not the best. That's probably what we want to do next. Because like the timer is still going down too, which is not optimal. Because then it's going to try to like win the game on behalf of the player. However, this does seem to be working here. So we've got over to like this game over state as far as the interface is concerned. So what does that mean? We need... I think that's just in draw, isn't it? In our main library in update... Okay, so if running state is game over... Ah, okay, so set the running state to credits. Like, we're not doing anything. We're just, like, sending it to credits. Which I guess is fine for right now. Quick question. I was just looking at the GitHub issue of properly closing everything down. Do you know what things need to be called when exiting? Not off the top of my head. So if I run this and quit, like right away, notice that it doesn't quit. It doesn't quit and it's fine. And if somebody sends any chat message, like anything at all, it crashes the rest of the way out. I think, and we see that it's sending on the closed channel. So I think that what's happening is somewhere here in main, when we're creating these channels, we're creating threads. And we have two threads that we're running on. We have the game thread, and that quits, I think. And the other thread is the Twitch chat thread. That's the one I think that is not being shut down properly. So we need to catch that the game is over and then close that thread down. That's what I think is going on. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. Could be the channels are still up and like those need to be shut down. All right. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Stacking. Okay, so what was I doing? Right, we're switching over to a credit system, but before I build the credits out, I need to stop the timer from running and stop the physics from happening. So that, I believe, we want the game objects to not be running anymore. We want it to just freeze. So in the main library, let's go ahead and fold everything. So in update, we're calculating the player's life left. If error, okay, so if the game is over. Yeah, okay, so get the game time left. So it looks like there's no actual checks to see if we're in a running state. And I think that would be really good for us to have. It's like screen size is probably something we always need, but the lives left, we don't really need to do that. The lives left, oh, we probably do. When you're running the game, you have black space to the right and bottom. Like, so it's not full screen like this for you? Or it's not taking up the entire screen size for you? That's odd. Huh. Yeah, I don't have resizing on, and I don't have the ability to full screen it. So it shouldn't be like doing any weird things with sizing. That seems interesting. I wonder if there's like a graphics card difference there. I could see that causing a problem. Yeah, that seems weird. Oh, maybe because you have 125% zoom? I've never tested with zoom. I don't even know how to set the zoom on Windows. I mean, that's zoom. That's the wrong zoom. Zoom increment? I can't go to 125%. I can do like 150%. I'm kind of concerned that would break the stream. I might have to check that out like later. Yeah, that's weird. I wouldn't think that that should cause the problem because then the ratio should still be the same. Although I am doing pixel-based calculations here. So if for some reason the sizing isn't set up for us properly, that could cause a problem. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what's causing that. It is an ease of access display. Okay. So if I go to display, oh, ease of access. Ease of access. Display. Oh, 125. So I've got 150. So I have 150. And that works just fine. But I wonder... I don't think that broke anything. That didn't seem to break the stream. And it seemed to like instantly take effect. So if I rerun this again, no changes here. This seems to be fine. I wonder if I need to reboot in order to like have that really change effect for the entire system. Although like this interface made an instantaneous change. I don't know. That's an interesting one. I'm gonna go ahead and create an issue for that, even though I have no idea what's causing it. So this is black. Let's see, when running the game on Windows, a black space to the right and bottom is visible. Reported by... I really wish that I can like add in these other ones. Let's see. Reported by here, Clamp, Twitch. Wasn't able to reproduce it. Can you submit a screenshot? Is anyone else having this issue? So then I'm going to sign. This is clearly a bug, but we also need further information. All right, that'll be our new issue. I tried changing my ease of access display from 150% to 125%. That didn't cause the issue to appear. Okay, so at least we got it recorded down. Maybe we'll be able to figure out what's going on with it. Hopefully it's not some weird, it's not something weird about like the graphics card we're running. I've got an NVIDIA 2080. And like latest graphics drivers and all that stuff. So hopefully that should be good. All right. Back to this. Okay, so what we want to do is in update, I want to essentially check to see if like what state that we're in. And we have like, okay, if we're in the game over state, we want to run this code. And I guess, I don't know if we need the credit state necessarily. Game over state should probably be enough for this. So maybe I can come to game states. I think it was called running state. So let's have, we're not gonna have credits, which means we're not gonna have this. Okay. Now, where does that cause problems? Okay, right. So if game state game over, so let's go ahead and reset this. So probably what I want to do is match off of the game state, because if we want certain updates to happen at different times. And if we take a look at a running state, we have playing, player one, and chat one. You know what? I don't even know if we need this, do we? Like, I don't know if I care who won or not. Is that true? Playing, player one, or chat one, I might want... I guess I might want to like be able to differentiate who won there. So that way in the credits I can differentiate that. But okay, so we'll do this. We have the get is game over. So is game over and did chat win? Now we can tell, I don't actually know if we need these methods here. So in update, we're going to want to essentially match off of self.running state, and we'll have a running state, and this is playing. And the other one is going to be running state, chat one, or running state, player one. So these would be our two big states that we can be inside. So if I take everything that we have here, and we just say, you know what, you're all gonna be inside of here. You uploaded a screenshot. Let's take a look. Oh, weird. That is crazy. Yeah, so I see now. There's this black space over here. It's a full square over here. And it's also... Well, it's going below your taskbar, which is like that happens to me sometimes too. So that's not necessarily a problem. I just sort of drag it out. And the player is in the air. Yeah, that's a good point. The player's in the air. So like the positioning is all screwed up. So not jumping. Now, all of this is correct. And like, look, we have streamers lives left is going all the way down. So the positioning of that is wrong. And then like the streamer width is incorrect. Oh, that's weird. Good morning, Danny. That wasn't mine. That was a screenshot from Mir Klemp is trying to get it running locally, and he's getting this weird problem where he's getting this gap here, and the player is hovering in midair, as opposed to at the bottom of the screen, which is I wonder what's going on there. And I did not get that off of yours, I don't believe. Because when I come back here, here's an 8 gather, so get the streamer game. If I cargo run this again, yeah, this all works just fine. I wonder if there's something else going on. Because like this works, and this is the code that you have on your fork. Oh, that's weird. In our main file, here's where we're setting the dimensions. So I have 1920 by 1080. And that gets passed in when the application first starts. At that point in time, the main library takes over, and every time that we do a where is it? Every time we do this screen size for graphics drawable size, it's getting 1920 by 1080 out here. So it sounds like there's some weird math problems happening. I don't know how to debug this properly. In like your system. Oh, weird. Yeah. So I'm kind of at a loss of what to do for that. I guess I don't have enough experience on working on like game type things that run on other people's computers. I've always just run them on my own computer. I turned it off. Oh, you're doing drops now. And winning. Okay, so. All right. I don't know if I can worry about that too much right now. So, as soon as we hit the end here, what I want to do, what do I want to do? Let's go ahead and refold this. So in update, when we're in the plain state, where's my, okay, so player hit object event happens. Player was hit by that object. We're pushing to the winning players. We send that to chat. Okay, so that's fine here. I think we have this health. Okay, here it is. Lives left. Okay, so we extract the player. So we get the player. Player to give lives left, unwrap, or default 3. Okay. Okay, so that's lives left is there. Where am I choosing that, like, ending the game? I don't know if I am. 1539.2 844.0 is the drawable size in your game. Whoa, that's different. So if I come to implement a game state, we go to new. The very first thing that I do here, does Windows refuse to create windows bigger than a current desktop resolution? I don't know. That's a good question. What's your Mirclamp? What's your resolution on your system? Here's my screen size. If I debug screen size and then I panic, we can see here that I'm getting 1920 by 1080. My resolution, so this is a 4K display. I've got a 150 zoom, 150% zoom. I wonder if there's a weird like 4K versus not 4K problem going on here. Where because it's like double density pixels, it's not like the same. You think it's 1920 by 1080. If I try to set this, go into main, if I try to set this to something like ridiculously large, like 10,000 by 10,000, and run this again. Oh, look at that. So it reduces down to 5122 by 1420. Oh, that must be what's going on. Is the resolution, my 1920 by 1080 is not the same as your 1920 by 1080? That shouldn't matter. But it's smaller. It's trying to make the game and it's just barely reaching. It's just a little tiny bit too large. Oh. Okay, so that's a huge problem. This might be due to can you make GGEZ ignore DPI? That's a good question. So here's window mode dot. Oh, it would be in here. So dimensions dot. Oh, you don't seem to have anything for me. I don't know. Let's go ahead and run. Go doc. Open. We'll build the docs really quickly and take a look at what GGEZ for our version has. But yeah, that's not super awesome. You're not seeing much in the docks in the way of DPI? I was afraid of that. So I'm wondering if I need to... So this might be a massive problem that's like not as easily fixable as like it seems like it should be. What I probably need to do is detect what the size resolution that you have, and then do full screen mode. I wonder if that's the reason why so many games do full screen, is because then you can like control the resolution. So let's go to GGEZ. Yeah, DPI. There's Winit DPI. Is DPI unaware? Oh, interesting. So like we can get the DPI factor. If we search just through GGEZ. Let's go over like the Windows setup. So that gives us title samples, vsync, icon, and sRGB. Okay, it's not helpful. Oh, I think there's also window conf. Oh, come on. I have to reset you every time? Hold on. What's conf? Oh, so many conf. Can I do GGEZ window setup? No. Fine. Search for GGEZ setup. So there's Windows setup here. Wait, that's just the one I was on? Yeah. I want conf. Because there's two of them, right? There's Windows setup, and there's one other, which I don't remember what it is. In main here, we have... Oh, window mode. That's what it is. We want a Windows mode. Okay, that gives us width, height, maximized, full screen type, borderless, resizable. So I bet... Yeah. If I go to full screen mode and I hit dimensions. So we have the dimensions already set up for us. If I then switch to full screen type is a full screen type. Okay, so let's try this. Here in window mode, we have dimensions, and then, what is it? Full screen type. You're a function that takes a, that's weird. Full screen type takes a full screen type. So, no capital S. Full screen type, I think? Yeah. Pull that in, and then I can do colon. This would be windowed, true, or desktop. Okay, so windowed is window mode, true is true full screen, which used to be preferred because it can have small performance benefits over windowed full screen, and desktop windowed full screen, generally preferred over real full screen these days because it plays nicer with multiple monitors. Okay, so desktop. So if I hit that, and I save this, so let's run this, it should take over this screen, but OBS should still be fine. Oh, kind of important to remove this entire panic here. Just thought. Notice here though that my resolution changed to 2560 by 1420. And I set this back to 1920 by 1080. So that's something that's going to be really important here. Actually, I put this back. Hold on. If I reverse this around, does that change? No, it doesn't. Okay. So this doesn't even take any effect anymore. It's a completely different size now. So this is going to be not great if I run this. Yeah. So you can see here that this is calculated based upon the resolution that I have, but it's like way off the side of the screen. I even see it like a tiny bit on the other screen. So that's not the best. If I switch to true, what happens? It didn't take over the other screen, but exactly the same problem. It's not working. You change all graphics drawable size to 1920 by 1080. How does that, like, you manually changed it? Like you're just manually setting that instead of grabbing it from drawable size? Yes, that works. Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna undo what I have here. That kind of sucks. So what that means probably is that we need to store the screen size here in the main game state and then pass that around instead of calling screen size here. For right now, that might be what we need to do. So I'll create an issue to do that. do new issue. Let's see. Stop using graphics drawable size to get resolution or window size. We discovered a bug where if the screen size is 1920 by 1080, then you can make an option to change the resolution. Yeah, we'd have to like then handle that. So I think like that's gonna be like a future game. I'm gonna have to take that into mind consideration because like the entire, I didn't make this in mind for like the ability to set the resolution. In hindsight, that's a really good idea. Okay, so where the screen size is 19, where if the screen size is 19 by 20, then the result of drawable size is, what did you say it was? 1539. 1539.2 by 844.0. Which causes everything to be off math-wise. Setting, like, we can store the screen size in game state and pass that around instead of instead. I think that this will solve the problem. Obviously, a better solution would be have an option to change the resolution, but then we'd have to be able to handle multiple resolutions, which this game definitely does not have. Okay, so this is going to be this bug. I don't know if this is a good first issue, but I can put there. Help wanted. That. Let's have this as part of the 1.0 milestone. Let's submit new issue. All right. All right. Thank you for letting us know that one. Okay, so I think we're back to a running state now. Double check. Yeah, I'm back to my own running state. Now, okay, so what I wanted to do here is determine when we've ended the game. Sorry, Mirclamp, I started it and then I quit it right away. Okay, so when I ended the game, I need to determine when we end the game. So at the end of, we don't need this at all. We're not doing damage cooldown in here anymore. But what we do need to do is determine if we have no lives left. And we've got this lives left up here. So if at the end of here, okay, so if lives left is equal to 0, then we want to say self.running state. We want to set you to the player, the chat one. So running state chat one. We're gonna do that. Now, if the game time ends, so if game time is 0, we figure out all of this stuff. Okay, so I don't necessarily know if we need like self-winning players, push. Oh, like this. Okay, this is like setting the streamer I don't need to do this necessarily. I don't necessarily want to do this stuff. What I want to do is just say, okay, game time left is 0. We're going to say self dot running state is now going to be equal to running state player 1. So that's going to exit out and just immediately end the game as far as like we're considering now, because we're not actually doing anything with these matches. So here's this running state playing, and we're ignoring this one here. So if I run this again, as soon as either the time runs out or I lose, it should just like the entire screen goes blank. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll do a couple snakes. So one more. There it goes. Okay, yeah, so that hides this. Oh, right, because the draw is a completely separate thing. So now no more updates happen. The player's gone because the player died and got removed from game objects, and that's fine. So this is good now. Now what we want to do is create our credits, and then the updates for it is going to be basically have like the game over and then have that start moving up. So what I'm thinking of is here in game state, we can store credits, which will be something like credits. Like it'll be our entire credit system here. Like we'll have a struct for it. But because we don't, like it doesn't exist yet, we can have it be an option, because we want to set that up as soon as the game is in a game over state. So this can be an option. Credits, like that. Which means over here in credits, we want a pub struct credits. Then over here, back in the main library, we're gonna mod credits and use credits. Okay. Then down here in the game state, we're gonna have credits is gonna be a none to begin with. So we're gonna start with no credits. But as soon as we hit the first credits here, so if we reach here, the first thing we're gonna do is just say if none is equal to and we probably want like an if. Okay, so if let sum credits equals self dot credits. Okay, so we'll do like whatever. It's like we'll update the credits here. So what does that mean? That means we're gonna do a credits dot update. I don't know if we're gonna need like a question mark for this. However, if we have an else, meaning there is none, we need to do a credits new. This will need a semicolon question mark to give a game report out there, and we're going to do self dot credits equals credits new, and this can return the option credits. Actually, we should probably do a sum here, like that. Okay. So then we need to create an update and a new for this. So we'll import credits. We'll have pub function new. That will return a credits, which we could also just replace this by returning a new self. So you'll return credits like that. And then we'll also have a pub function update, which takes mutable self. And we do know that this needs to return a game result. And so we'll just return OK for right now. Actually, this is the opposite. This needs to return a game result that holds self. Okay, I did it backwards. And this just returns nothing at all. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. And then you're going to return an OK, like that. So back to the main library. This should now be happier. It's not happier. Cannot find function new in module credits. Pub function new. What's wrong? Why can't you find new in here? Oh, because you're not credit, you need to be credit new. Okay, there we go. Do you want to do a PR for the issue you're working on? You haven't tested it, but it's a small change. Sure, yeah, if you want to do a PR, you could also do a work in progress PR if you want me to just take a look at it, but not necessarily merge it in right away or give like feedback on it. There is a way to do work in progress PRs. I haven't done them myself, so I don't actually know the interface options to select for it. But at the very least, in like the comments for it, you could just say, oh, this is a work in progress. Can you just give me feedback on it? And I'll take a look at that. All right, so do that. Okay, so then self-thoughts, credits. Oh, cannot borrow this as mutable. So I have mute self, match self dot running state. Really? Do I have to do mute here? No. Okay, what's... Okay, cannot move out of self-test credits because I don't want to move out of it. I want a mutable reference here. That's what I want. That then gives me the ability to update here. Self-test credits. Okay, credits new is this. All right. So I think we're on a good path now. So when this runs, we'll be able to then create our title and then move on from there. However, I am going to have to do that next time because it's 8:20 and I need to start getting ready for work today. So I'm going to start winding down here. So close all of you. And let's go ahead and update what we got here. Thing is, you don't know how to test it. You understand how to create your own chat. Miklamp, do you have a Twitch channel? You can also use my Twitch channel if you want. Like, I'm perfectly okay with doing that. Although it might be weirdness when, like, if we both run at the same time, but I think it should still work. But yeah, you could attach it to mine, or, yeah, do you have a Twitch channel? Like, you have a Twitch account, right? Like, what's your... Yeah, when you make a Twitch channel account, you still will have a chat. Here, what's your Twitch username that you're using? Yeah, you don't need to stream to access the chat. Although they changed it to make it much harder to find it. So, near clamp, 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 like this. Okay, so here is this. right here, if you go to your main channel page, you can go to chat like this, click on that, and then here's the chat. So you can put in hello. It doesn't need to be it doesn't need to be live for the chat to work. It's just behind the scenes. It's just doing all the normal IRC things. So this should work just fine for that. So you can then basically do your snake, and then that will be fine. I know, like, I'm not super happy with this big change that they did. It used to be that the chat was just always visible on your channel page. Now you have to like open up this other page just to see the chat. I don't know what the benefit is for that. All right, this is starting to set up credits. Next, okay, so I'll commit this. And I'll push you, and then over here, not this one, over here. So in my create game over screen, I'm gonna add in, I don't need 200, maybe just a little bit bigger. Okay, for this one, I'm gonna put in started to create the credits system. I should probably have referenced this issue in the commit, because that would just automatically add that here. Okay, so started to create the credit system for the app. It is currently switching to the game over running state when the game is over. So I'll comment that, and then we'll continue with this tomorrow morning. And then I think we'll do the same sort of cadence every single time. We're gonna, at the beginning of the stream, we'll take a look at whatever pull requests we got, whatever issues are like commented on, and we'll do sort of like that kind of maintenance, and then we'll move into this game. And then I'm thinking, because we're in this final stretch, I'm probably just gonna have like the Sunday stream also just be working on this, maybe even the Friday stream too, and we'll just see if we can just like get this hammered out and done, and then we'll move on to like maybe either the tutorial or the exploring, like whatever other one of our other active projects, and then I'll just move back to only have like one active project at a time, because I think that's going to be a little bit easier to deal with. All right, with that being done, I've got that all pushed up. Let's take a look at who is streaming around here. Okay, pause you. I've got, let's see, Mr. Halsey streaming with only 9. He's the least. Is anybody else on the Rust team? Toggobit is streaming, but Mr. Halsey has the least number, and we haven't raided him in a while. So let's go ahead and set up a raid to Mr. Halsey. So I'm gonna switch over to watching him on my iPad so that I can actually listen when it happens, because that's always. Oh wait, never mind. He just said that he has to get going in a couple minutes, so let's not raid him. Let's go ahead and raid. Let's talk a bit working on Rust Rantings and Ramblings. We need to take a look at that. Toggle bit. Oh, of course, advertisement. But I think this should be fine. I don't think I've watched Toggle bit before. Oh, Togglebit is also way past his normal stream time and not going to be streaming for much longer. Okay, that's also really good to know. Okay, so if they're out, who else is in? We've got Palin TV. Palin TV is learning to program. Take 2, day 1. JavaScript stuff. Going through free code camp. This might be good. All right. Let's set up a raid to Palin TV. So I'm gonna switch over and watch Palin TV here. And do this channel on TV. Start this raid. All right, everybody. Let's. I know that Palin TV is just starting out with programming, so let's be good to her and let her know everything. Not like tell her how to program or like I'll give her answers or solutions, but having more people in the programming space is always a great thing. So I'll always like to sort of like increase the programmer pool that we have, especially on Twitch. And with that, I am doing these streams every single weekday morning. I'm gonna switch over to my ending screen. And let's see. So I'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. We'll continue working on this. With that, I'm going to head off to work. So thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. And I will see you next time. Bye.